I believe that you already know how to play music by ear. And you already, if you just took the time and if you listen to what I'm about to say in these next few minutes, you will be able to no longer use chord charts ever again. I am not saying this to boast, but just to prove my point. I don't know the last time that I used a chord chart, and it's because I learned how to play by ear, and I learned the relationships between notes. See, when you are trying to learn songs with a chord chart, it's kind of like learning how to ride your bike with training wheels. They realized, maybe there's a study, or I don't know, they realized that when you ride a bike with training wheels, you're not actually learning how to balance. So although you're on the bike and you're moving forward, and maybe you are, playing bass or playing acoustic guitar on Sunday morning at your church, you have the chord chart, you're playing the right notes, but it's not actually teaching you how to learn the songs and how to play by ear and how to become no longer dependent on those songs or no longer dependent on that chord chart. So you're probably thinking, I can't learn by ear. Prove it to me. Okay, whatever. So here is the thing, and here's the reason that I know that you can play by ear. I'm in the key of C. So I'm in the key of C. Let's just think, Great Are You, Lord. It's your breath and our lungs, so we pour out our praise. We pour out our praise. It's your breath and our lungs, so we pour out our praise. Did you notice something a little weird there? Did you notice a missed chord? I think you probably did. And if you realized that I missed a chord, you know how to play by ear. You know from your ear what is right and wrong. But you most likely have never allowed yourself the opportunity to simply trust your ear. You've been trusting your eyes looking at a chord chart. But if you would give yourself some time to trust your ear, you could learn how to never need a chord chart ever again. And if your worship leader, he goes into a spontaneous moment, you're like, oh, I don't know this song. You can hear him just play the progression one time and know it like that. Like that. You don't need the chord chart. You don't need to be on the iPad looking up, Jesus, You're Beautiful, John Thurlow. Okay, now I know the chords. Nope, you don't need that. So here is the key. Here's the way to learn. It's all about learning what I said earlier, the relationship between notes, which we call in music theory intervals. So if you can learn what intervals feel like, then you can, in any key, learn how to play any song by ear. For example, if I'm in the key of D major, it's a D major scale. So this, my 1 chord, 2 chord, 3 chord, 4 chord. So now if I'm going to play a progression, so you may hear that, and you might not know what chords I'm playing, but if you can understand the relationship of those chords in the context of your key signature, like the key that you're in. So if you know, okay, I know that we're in D major, and now the worship leader is going like this. See, I hear that. Obviously, I'm playing it, but I know that that's a 4-6-5 progression. And I know that because I've learned the relationship between notes. And it's not just the relationship between D, and F sharp. But it's knowing that D and F sharp is in the key of D major is a 1 and a 3. So if you know the Nashville number system, maybe I'll make a video on that to explain that. If you don't know, maybe comment numbers in the description and I'll make a video about that. But if you know the Nashville number system, the relationship between the 4 and the 1 in the key of B major is the same feeling as the relationship between the 4 and the 1 in the key of E major. It doesn't matter what key you're in, because the interval, the relationship between the 1 and the 4, will always feel the same. That's why this, like if I'm in the key of B, that's a chord progression, but it's giving a feeling of resolve. That's a 5, 1. So, how do you know where you're at? Well, the first thing that I think of is, where is my 1 chord? That's your home base. That's your root note. It's giving you the feeling of resolve. So if I'm here, like, do those feel resolved? No, not necessarily. But then I go, ah. It's nice. So yeah, the relationship between notes. So I'm going to give you a tool. Well, I'm not going to give it to you. I'm just going to tell you about a tool that is going to make learning these intervals extremely easy. So I'm getting out my phone. You can go to the App Store, get this app called Hearing Ear Training Piano. That's what it's called. And Hearing Ear Training Piano. It looks like this. And what you'll need to do is you'll go to your settings, and it'll be on this page. Let me see if my thing will focus. It'll be on this page, and you need to select every note except the sharp notes. So C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So I have all those notes selected. I'll even do a screenshot so that you can see it on the screen. So how this is going to work, I'm going to do a little screen recording. I'm going to hit this purple button, and it's going to play a note. Now, I play this game several times. I believe it always starts on the C, which is important because all the notes that we selected are the C major scale. And so if you can learn how to play by ear in the C major scale, you can learn how to play by ear in every key, because it's just about the relationship between notes. So I believe the note that it just played is a C because it normally starts on that note. So I'm going to tap the C. Okay, I got it right. Da. What's that note? Da 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 da. Well, let's see. Da. I think that's a B, because it sounds like da da. Let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a B. Oh, I was wrong. It was an A. I was wrong. No. Man, I'm doing horribly. Okay, well, that's a D. Man. Okay, that's home again. That's C. And what you can do is, like, if you're playing this, first time you're playing through it, sit at a piano. You can tap the question mark, it'll play it again. So I think that's an E. Yep, I was right. And basically what you're doing as you're playing this game, here, I'm going to turn it off. What you're doing as you're playing this game is you are figuring out how notes in a key relate to one another. And then when you're preparing for Sunday morning, listen to a song and listen to the ways that the notes relate to one another. I hope this was helpful. If you're a songwriter, you can watch this video in the description, and it's going to talk about 5 reasons why you'll never release your music. I know it's kind of a cheeky title, but hopefully, if you're feeling stuck on a project, hopefully this video will help you get unstuck and maybe show you some of the lies that you're believing about why you haven't put your music out yet. Thanks for watching. Okay.